showing support like this is something that you could really, now if you've enjoyed SEAM and all the same events, so month on month for the last year, any of them, now's the time to give back.
Absolutely, and get yourself some swag merch at the same time. Another thing that I'd like to shout out is the players that are on stream right now. We're going into game 1.
The French team kill.
The big team kill.
The big team kill.
You know what's interesting? Marth Jigglypuff isn't a
common team?
Not a common team, not at all.
Mm-hmm. But I do think that like this, they have such a potential here. Like Puff to me always seems like just so dangerous in teams. Especially with like Tekk, who's kind of the master of the rest out of nowhere.
Ooh, that's a dead fox. Oh! Psylo! We're seeing shades of Psylo from his previous play. Psylo is such a master at awareness and saving his teammates with the lasers. It's so crazy, bro.
Yeah, we saw this in earlier sets. Just was completely. We said it before. He was the MVP of the last set that we watched him play in. Really, really just doing work and making sure that every opportunity Baxon would be saved. And there was a perfect example of that. Baxon was all but dead, and then Psylo just saved it in the last second.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Allowing kind of Baxon to be almost the I don't know if you call it the tank, but to be a little bit more aggressive than usual. While Psylo definitely is the support.
Yeah, I think as well. Like you give Fox like 1 or 2 more chances, that can lead to so much. It doesn't like Fox only needs 1 or 2 openings to really make a huge impact, especially on a character like Puff. Like being able to not die at that point just gives the opportunity to have another interaction and get yourself into a punish situation.
Mm-hmm. And while I've been saying this, the red team's been really good at keeping the 2 characters separated. We had Puff on one side and Marth on the other, and then all of a sudden they switched. And it just looks like Psylo and Baxon have been keeping center stage, keeping those guys separated and trying to bully them.
Yeah.
But despite how good Psylo has been playing support, it does look like blue team are the one that's been able to
eke ahead a little bit. Mm-hmm. Just a small amount. It's pretty even, but like sometimes you say stocks lie. The other thing that I think we should look out for as well is that Mahie is kind of he definitely doesn't rely on it as a game plan, but he's absolutely a master of the French cheese. He has the ability to just grab a spacey and it's death, and especially if it's near the edge. His punish game can be absolutely devastating. So
what you're saying is Tekk Mahie are the cheese team.
I don't think I would call anything that. I don't think I would call Tekk cheese. I just think that what I think that Red Team wanted.
Good save.
I think what Red Team want to really avoid is being stuck any of the spaces stuck 1-on-1 with Mahie, especially near an edge. That's what I think is going to be it's what they want to avoid at all costs.
Sure. And look at Tekk just being so patient behind Mahie, waiting for their turn to come in.
Yep.
Oh, a bit of a scramble here, but it looks like blue team's come up out on top.
Uncharacteristically, Tekk hits the Tekk on the side platform, and Tekk actually doesn't go for the rest that he was just earlier in that interaction that he could have got. Quite uncharacteristic. I feel like one of the things that really online is nerfed is the ability for Puff to nail a rest.
Mm-hmm.
See, as I say that, rest out of power shield, crazy.
That's looking like Maxi there.
Yeah, he wishes.
Oh, okay. Well, GG's, Psylo.
GG's, yeah. I mean, that by no means was a wash. That's we see more of that. This is going to game 5.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for me, I'd be happy seeing either of these teams go through. But it's something about seeing Tekk play again. It's kind of like you want to see them. You want to see it do a run. It's such an interesting team as well.
Yeah.
And seeing,
you've got. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say, seeing Mint play against a Puff is always a pleasure.
Yeah. I think that one of the things that really like characterizes like not just Tekk, but like any of like the top puffs when they're playing really well is that they just exist as this really dangerous bomb that floats around the stage that could like destroy anything at any moment, you know? And it just adds such an interesting dynamic to doubles, where you're trying to beat all players and win in scramble situations, but you always have to be so conscious of exactly where the puff is because one wrong move and it's curtains.
Yeah. And
just like that, as if to just prove my point.
Yeah, and Tekk has such a good flowchart for off stage.
I mean, you've got to as a puff at this level, you know. Nobody's allowed to come back anymore. But again, you know, like it's not like Fox and Falco don't have the tools to combat this in every way. It's just about playing a really specific way and just making sure that you are picking your openings correctly. The thing that I wanted to mention, I'd forgotten about. So speaking of Maxie, he had mentioned to me that he thinks that Puff and Marth is actually one of the best combinations that you can have in the entire game because there's literally not a single bad. In his opinion, there's literally not a single bad stage for the team. Because the worst they can do.
Oh, yeah. That's cheeky. Maybe Pokemon's the worst stage, though, right? That'd be it.
Yeah, Pokemon's the worst stage, but Marth still gets platforms. So all you can do is nerf one of them, and it gives the advantage to the other one. So if you take him a Dreamland, sucks for Marth, but it's good for Puff. You take him a Pokemon, it sucks for Puff, but it's good for Marth. You know, so there's not actually a single stage that sucks for both characters, which makes them like very difficult to counterpick as a team.
And if they're both on point, you know, if they're both great players, then you can just rely on them being sick.
Absolutely.
Up throw? No. I was expecting the Falco to come in. Okay.
Mahie's positioning just so good. Just dash dances into like pincering Baxon and Psylo in the middle there. Really interesting play.
You know
just
what?
Like using positioning and spacing just to his advantage without throwing out a single attack.
Yeah, and allowing Puff to go in and saying, "Hey, I'm gonna stock the tank. I'm gonna tank the stocks.
Tank the stocks,
and
yeah.
I'm gonna allow you to get in. I'm gonna come in with a randy move once you've opened them up."
Oh, perfect spacing for Mahie there just to get that tipper.
I don't see.
And that's a dead Falco. No, it's not. I was wrong.
I must be a little bit behind. Just catch up.
And this is our advantage of Puff as well. If you're in a 2-on-1 situation, there's almost no character better at staying alive off stage than Puff.
Yeah.
You know, you can just wait till your teammate comes back. Mm-hmm. There's no disadvantage to that. What a counter! That's the old school counter. That's the 2007 meta right there. Double counter against your opponents.
And living.
Oh, and Psylo gets dunked. Double 3-stocked. Sir, double 3-stocked. That was ridiculous.
It's over. I don't know. How do you respond to that? It's going to be, you've got to 3-stock them, double 3-stock them right back. Otherwise, that's
the only way to respond.
The only way.
The only way to respond is to respond with fire. You know, you just got to come back swinging. Now, like both players, like more than capable. Psylo, like we've seen, excellent at controlling space. Like the first game was so close. You know, sometimes you get run over just by trying to adapt too much. You know, like I think that sometimes small tweaks are better than big tweaks, and maybe they just overcorrected. Yeah. So
just
if you just
on one or two things, right?
Yeah, if you just realign yourself, like that's not to say that this is over. You know, reverse VOs happen all the time.
Yeah, and you know what? I've got a real short memory because I remember MVP Psylo and his amazing ability to read the situations that are happening on stage and to support his team member in such a good way. This is far from over. But Tekk.
That's a Tekk rest right there. That's, you know.
And another one. Oh, he had to trust his teammate. Marth kind of stuffed that up.
Yeah.
But
it was a lucky escape for Eti, if we're totally honest there.
Yeah.
Two rests in the first 20 seconds is pretty rough to begin game 3.
Well, it's rough nonetheless because Psylo's life got taken off by the left side by Mahie anyway. And
this is a dead Baxon. Yeah, it's a dead Baxon.
You know,
that would have been crazy. If he hit that, would have been crazy. Tekk off of a Marth side B. That's mental. I don't know who does that.
No fucks given.
Yeah. But that's the kind of tech. Like, this is the thing that I always feel about like top level puffs, right? So, I don't want to say Maxie was inconsistent because he wasn't, right? But the thing that I really noticed about Maxie is that when he was playing like ferociously on point, it was either when he was angry or when he didn't care. Those were the two. It was confident Maxie or angry Maxie, and I feel like that's actually just Puff. It's either confident Puff or angry Puff, and if you can tap into those kind of rhythms, like you just can hit anything,
Yeah, sure. Especially we saw Power Shield rest just before as well in game 1, I think it was.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of he stuffed up his side Bs.
Power Shield rest in a doubles match is like nuts, frankly.
Yeah. It's like, where do you go from there?
Like how do you begin to react to like two people coming at you, you parachute one of the things, and then jump out rest? Like it's mad.
Like that it's coming, right? You know that you're going to get the power shield. That's it's too insane.
Yeah, you have to know. Yeah.
Oh, that light shield was quite smart by Mahie. You know what's really interesting about Puff just being able to live off stage for forever is, you can count the jumps, but then that air dodge is so tricky because her aerial drift is just so insane.
Yeah, and if you wait out the air dodge, you can just get smacked by a really big aerial, so it becomes even that much more difficult. And again, Tekk saving every little last drop of life there, just not letting Psylo get anywhere near them.
Yeah, it's like they're 4 stocks
That's
up.
all she wrote, folks.
Still.
That's all she wrote. Commanding. No love in the team kill there. That was brutal. That was absolutely brutal.
Let him win one.
I was like, no, this is for us, by the way. You guys have had your fun. We're making a run.
We want the PR this year.
We want we want to make this tournament. So you go sit down. That was the message. Okay, and I think as well, it's a commanding way to go into losers finals against a team as strong as Rex and Kinzo. You go in. We're ready to play.
I keep saying it, but I really, really want to see Tekk Mahie Frenzy Min. So it would just be a dream come true to get the Frenchies into the grand finals there.
Well, you know what? It's also that thing where it's the set we've not seen yet.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were other side of bracket. We've already seen Rex Kinzo face off against Frenzy Min. So, and normally you do get the run back. That happens. There's some stat. It happens like 75% of the time or something.
Sure, but check tactical stats. I don't know.
Yeah, check tactical stats. Check practical tasks. Somebody's got that information unlocked. Not me. But what I do know is that if you make a deep run and you make it like all the way there, you've got so much momentum behind you. Like if you lose grand finals, go into losers finals, and make it back to grand finals, you might take the first set, but it's really difficult to win the whole thing. But if you've come on some like ridiculous tear through losers, like the momentum behind you is just so big.
Huge. And let's talk about ridiculous tears, bro, because Tekk Mahie loses quarters finals 3-0 Hump EQ. Loses semis finals 3-0 Psylo Baxon. They are going on a